Hey guys, it's Margarita Skype here on Miami Jewels, and I want to answer a question that I have been asked so many times. So when I have my appointments for lab-grown diamonds, and this is about lab-grown diamonds video, not natural, because most of my clients, when they come in, they get really confused. So not that the lab is affordable, obviously, and if there's a couple that want specifically lab engagement ring, their biggest question is, well, what clarity and color do they go for now that they can really afford any? So if before it was a matter of price, really, because, you know, with natural diamonds, color and clarity are big driving factors for price. Now they're not. So it's not that expensive to go from SI to VS, but at the same time, I guess my clients are asking me, so if theoretically everyone can afford VS, why do some people go into SI? Why would somebody that can afford VS diamond engagement ring would want to go to SI, right? Now that the difference is so small. And literally there are diamonds that for, let's say, 1 carat, the difference is like $50. So I guess your biggest question is, why would you go in lab diamonds anything lower than top of the line? And I do have an answer for that. And so I wanted to make that clear in this video because I feel like it is getting a little confused, especially when they come in and they just don't understand why would somebody in their right mind that can afford at this point top of the line diamond would want to go and downgrade. And so the answer to that question is very simple. Number one, most people that are considering VS and SI diamonds are not just concentrating on engagement ring. A lot of these clients are just, let's say, building up their tennis bracelet or building up their tennis necklace. And at this point, they really don't care. So we kind of go with the approach VS SI. So they're not too keen about all the diamonds being VS. They want nice diamonds, sparkling diamonds, but it's okay if some of them are VS and some of them are SI, because if it's a huge piece, if it's a necklace, or if it's a tennis bracelet, it really doesn't make a big difference. For example, you could have SI and VS diamonds in clarity, but you could have them all in the same color, okay? Let's say F. And so you wouldn't necessarily notice a necklace or a bracelet that you have the SI mix, but it would still bring the price down because they're going volume, right? If you're looking at 20, 30, 40 stones for your project, in a big scheme of things, it makes a difference. That's number one reason. Number two reason is a bit silly, but it does exist, so I do want to talk about it in case somebody out there is wondering. The number two reason to go downgrade on an actual engagement ring, and this one is interesting. Some people don't want others to know that they have lab. Not everyone wants to openly go around telling everyone I've got a lab engagement ring. Some people just get engaged and they keep that between them and their partner, I guess. And so I guess in reality of things, if you are an average family with an average income, then you understand that the guy is not going to propose with a 3, 4, or 5 carater VVS, F color, just because he wouldn't have that kind of money. And so at that point, everyone will know it's either a lab, moissanite, or whatever. So what these couples are trying to do, they are trying to think, what budget would they have for a natural diamond? And let's say that budget is, I don't know, 10 grand. And then they're trying to mimic what they could get for that budget in natural to lab. So for example, if all they could afford is an SI H color diamond for the engagement rings, they want SI H color diamond in lab, except it will cost them $2,000, for example, and not $10,000. Does that make sense? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to mimic the reality of their engagement ring, but not the actual financial side, because some couples decide that instead of 10 grand spending on a ring on natural diamond, they'll spend 2, and then the 8 will go into wedding, dress, whatever it is else that they're planning for their future. House down payment, whatever. And so that's how some couples end up with lower clarity or color engagement rings in a nutshell. And I wanted to explain this because I have had this question circulating. Why would anybody in the right mind go lower? And now you know. It's Margarita Skyping, and I hope you learned something new in this question answer episode. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.